Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new tutorial. My name is PuffingFish and today I'm going to be showing you how to build a gravity block duplicator designed by RaiseWorks. Alright, so let's have a quick look here. So this thing is pretty impressive here, and I'll give you guys a nice view here of the redstone so you can maybe even pause the video and build it up. But I'm going to go over it with you guys block for block here. So first things first here, we have a few little specifications to talk about real quick. So the area or the volume you need is this box here, which is a 8 by 5 by 8, which is length, width, and height. And it must be loaded in the end and overworld, so that's something to keep in mind. So that's why I have this player here to load the overworld while we check out the end side eventually. But yeah, basically what happens is it duplicates the block, and the entity goes into the end, and the block stays in the overworld, and the process repeats over and over. And yeah, if you stop it at the wrong spot, that's a good reminder, it will break. So sometimes you get it right, sometimes you don't, but it's not too hard to set up again. And this can be run 24/7 if you're on a server and it's constantly loaded. Okay, so yeah, let's quickly go over the resources needed for this design here. Yeah, not much at all. I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and collect all of the resources needed, and then I will see you guys after that. Okay, and real quick, just before I forget, this is actually supposed to be 5 sticky pistons. So yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and quickly get into the tutorial here. So first things first, you're actually going to need to remove these things. In creative, you can do it just like that, but in survival, there is some ways to do it. Any bedrock breaking method in the current version that you're in will work, at least as of 1.14.4. And I'll show you guys another method after I show you how to build this. So first things first, you're going to get a sticky piston and place it on the undersides of one of the portal blocks. So make sure it's on the underside of the middle one, and then you're going to place 3 slime blocks just in front of it like so. And what you're going to do is you're going to grab a block, and then you're going to wrap it around like this and count out 3, just like that. And then you're going to go ahead and cover this with redstone dust. Okay, and now you're going to come down a block like so, and you're going to go ahead and put a repeater facing into this redstone line and put it onto full delay. Then come out another 2 blocks and then up 1, and you're going to do the same, so 1, 2, 3 like that. Then over here you're going to place a temporary block over top of this just by holding down shift, and then come over until it's got 2 on top. Go ahead and place a repeater going this way, and that is set at 1 tick or default. Then place a redstone dust behind it. Then go ahead and get a block and place it right here. This is going to be your on-off switch, so if you want to have the switch somewhere else, just run a signal into this block from this side or this side, not from these other 2 sides, because you need to put a torch here and here. And as you can see, that already creates a clock. But we're going to place a torch, or a lever, excuse me, there. And then what we're going to do is do the next little spot, which is right here. We're going to place a block on top of this, and then a block going this way. And right here we're going to put redstone dust, and then a repeater set to 2 ticks into a block. And then you're going to place a temporary block and a block on top of that. And you're going to place 1, 2, 3 sticky pistons facing downwards like that. Then you're going to go ahead and make sure you have redstone dust on top here. That makes sure that you power all these pistons, and this block is required because if it is removed, these will not all extend. Okay, and then the last piston is right here in line with this redstone torch. Place it there, and then put your other 3 slime blocks just like so. And that, my friends, is the duper complete. This will now work. So all you got to do is get your gravity block, place it on this row right here, and then go ahead and turn it on by doing this. And there you go. I'm really bad at stopping it, so yeah. Okay, Now, if you wanted to do this again, you could do it on this side and this side of the entrance, and you could have 4 of these running simultaneously. Okay, so now I want to show you guys a quick, easy method to destroying a portal frame block. This is a bedrock breaking method, but it's quite an unuseful one because you have to be below it to actually do it. So that's why it's perfect for portal frames. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly show you the materials, which is right here. Go ahead and gather those up. Okay, and a quick note, guys, is this was designed by New Cake. I'll have a link to that video in the description below. Okay, so now that you've gathered the materials, let's quickly go do it in survival. So there we go, we're in survival mode. So this is our thing here. You're going to need 1 temporary block to set this up, so like that. And what we're going to do is, so actually there's some quick rules that we got to go over, and that is that it's directional. So if it's in the negative Z, or the portal, excuse me, is in the negative Z, the redstone block goes to the north side, and if it's the positive Z, it goes to the south side. And another thing that helps this process is change your right mouse button to a keyboard button when you do the procedure here, which I'm going to show you. Okay, so if we go up here and go ahead and set it up, we are in the positive Z, as you can see right there, where it says 11.722. So we're going to want to go to the south. Okay, so let's go ahead and place a redstone block there and an obsidian block there. Then we're going to go ahead and place or get our temporary block. So if I go ahead and get this, so let me actually grab one. Okay, and we're going to come up here and we're going to place a temporary block here with obsidian on top, and then we're going to place a piston like so, and we can destroy this, and this is where your TNT is going to go, and this is where you're going to place your piston. So we can destroy this temporary block, go ahead and place your TNT, but first change it to a keyboard button. And go ahead and so line yourself up first with this side so you're nice and ready. So here is actually a perfect spot to place the piston. So here we go. Bam, and then you're going to hold down your keyboard button that you rebinded. Boom. And as you can see, the portal block is gone. So, oops. There we go. And you would just repeat this for every single block. And yeah, it's actually quite easy to do and not that difficult. Okay, so now that you guys know how to build that and break your portal frame, if the location doesn't work, sometimes turning it just a random direction might work. It's a little bit weird. It's using a bug, so that's why it's a bit odd. Anyways, over here, let's go ahead and turn both of these machines on, and we have them loaded, by the way, as we have our bake layer right here. We can turn them both on. So if I rebind my controls here, and you can see what's happening. Now, this is actually quite an important term or thing. Depending on the way that the blocks are being pushed in the overworld, they will go in that direction. So we have one going in this direction and one going in this direction from the one we just built, and as you can see, it's actually stacking up here. So if we were to do something like this with that and that, we would see eventually we would have them both end up right there, right? And so what we could do is we could break this out, and as you can see, the sand is just generating like crazy here. Okay, now this is possible to do in the end side, so I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So with the same materials as previously, yeah, let's go ahead and prepare this. So using actually the same method, you can break these bedrock with that same method. But keep in mind that it will change based on the side. So here is different than here, which is different than here and here. So I'd keep that in mind. Okay, so since I'm in creative, I'm going to actually just do it like so. But here's another quick thing. if we go ahead and get some sort of block here, and let's get a water bucket. Right, and if we place a block here and this, in 1.14 and earlier you can do this trick. Now if you're in 1.15, this trick will not work, or as shown by the developers, this trick will not work. It's broken. So if you're going to do it, I would recommend doing it in 1.14. Otherwise, I think you're going to have to use bedrock breaking methods for these portal frames as well. Okay, so yeah, with the same idea in mind, I'm going to clear out some space here, and we'll get to building the 5 wide one, which you would have obviously on either side here. So you would be able to fit in 5, a 5, a 3, and a 3. So for the end side one, it's the same idea, except we would just, on the 5 wide sides, we would just add a little bit extra on the sides here. So I'm going to show you how to do that really quick here. So first things first, we got to set up the piston below the portal here. And then underneath, of course, we have the block, and then we have 3 blocks like so. 3 redstone dust just like that, and then we have a repeater going into that block at full delay. Then we have a 2 pieces of redstone dust and a block like that, and then we go ahead and have a block just like so with a lever like that, a torch, and a torch like that, and turn that off. And then we're going to go ahead and have some blocks going into this guy like so, with a repeater with no delay, and then redstone dust like so. We're going to have a sticky piston like that, and we're going to go ahead and get ourselves the top layer done here. So 2 blocks like so, and then right here we have a repeater on 1 tick of delay. Then we go ahead, or sorry, 2 ticks of delay, and then we go ahead and have a block like so and like that. And then this is where, so this is the kind of the redstone behind it, and now we just got to extend this by that many. Make sure that your coast is clear for the slime blocks to move, and same over here. So there and there, make sure it is clear. And then go ahead at the top here, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? And so to do this, we just need to add blocks like that and make sure that we are powering these guys adequately. Whoops. Just like that. And if we go ahead and turn this thing on, if we add some sand or red sand or whatever type of gravity block you want, we can go ahead and do that. And if you want to save on redstone blocks, you can go ahead and remove the side blocks like so. And that, my friends, is the 5 wide end side one finished. So you could do this on this side as well, and then do a 3 wide one like on the overworld on either of these sides, and you'd have a nice duper. So if we go into the overworld here, we can already see where the blocks are coming in, but now it's not loaded. We are not seeing any of the blocks. But they come in a weird thing, so you want to find out where exactly they spawn and that sort of stuff. And yeah, this guy is... Huh. Okay, guys, so that is that, everyone. I hope you found this tutorial useful. And yeah, if you want to see a bit more about how this thing works, I would go ahead and check out Ray's Works video in the description below. He was the one who designed this farm after all. I'm just making a tutorial for you guys. Anyways, if you guys found this useful, like I said, please leave a comment and even like if you feel like it. And if you haven't already, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but you know, subscribe. Anyways, goodbye. I meant to do that the first time.